court, but I haven't had a begging session the last couple of segments. I have one today.
I'm going to be on this begging segment, no question.
Well, bring him on in. Bring him on in.
Man, without further ado, one of my favorite players growing up, man.
Legend.
A killer. Let's welcome Penny Hardaway, man. Thank you for your time and joining us today.
Yeah, no, appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on here, man. My followers going up now.
Yeah, that's what we trying to do. We trying to help you.
No, I appreciate it.
So 15-year career, 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. You were a draft day trade. Orlando picks C-Webb. Golden State picks you.
Yep.
You're swapped out, and you're heading to Orlando. Talk to us about that. I know that the story goes a little bit back. Or you and Shaq were shooting Blue Chips, which is one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. Shaq was blown away by how good you were. He says he didn't know who you were before, but you know how Shaq be talking, so we don't know if that's true or not. But he said once y'all started fit, he was absolutely blown away. Told Orlando they needed to get you. Orlando felt like they needed to team Shaq up with C-Webb. Shaq obviously got what he wanted, though, because you were drafted by, like I said, Golden State, traded to Orlando. What was it like going to Orlando with the new team and playing with big fella?
Well, you know what's so weird is you said the word, you took the words out of my mouth. You know how Shaq is. Shaq knew me when I was a sophomore in college. We played on the Olympic Festival in Minnesota that summer, the summer before I came out. But Shaq likes to, he likes to make the story sound a lot better. That's my dude.
Right.
But what I did was when I got the Blue Chips, though, and started doing the movie, it was weird because I was having to try out for teams on the weekends, like fly out and fly back. So I'm like, when I go to Orlando, I'm gonna rip this shit up. But all summer, I got to audition with Shaq, so I didn't shoot the ball. I passed that motherfucker the ball every time. I was pump faking threes, dropping it to him with 2 people on him. I was giving him the ball every time just to say, hey, dog, this is exactly what you're gonna get if you bring me to your team in Orlando. And that's what happened, man. And then getting down there, obviously had a young squad, man, that was very talented and went to the finals in only our second year. But the audition to get there, I knew exactly what I was doing to get his big ass that ball. I knew that he wanted that ball every time.
Hey, we're definitely going to touch on that. We want to backtrack and take...
He'll fire it up with one on the shot clock and hit a prayer. Oh, man. All in one fluid motion.
Got caught in the air and Luke Longley didn't turn around. Hardaway, beautiful.
He'll fire it up with one on the shot clock and hit a prayer. Oh, man. All in one fluid motion.
Got caught in the air and Luke Longley didn't turn around. Hardaway, beautiful.
Speech ready for everyone. Reflect a little bit on Kobe as a competitor. Did you get a chance to know him well on or off the court? What was your experience like with him and against him?
You know, it's funny. I have a weird Kobe story, and I have to say two of them really quickly. I met Kobe when Kobe was in high school, and I didn't know who he was. Obviously, I'm the man in the NBA. I got the little penny commercials. I got my signature shoe. I'm on top of the world on first team All-NBA. And he came to me after a Sixers game and asked me what he should do on going to the draft. And man, I didn't know, I had never known who Kobe was. And I felt so bad afterwards because he asked me, should he go? And I was like, he was like, should I go? And I said, I don't know, young fella, you might need to go ahead and go to college. This is Kobe Bryant. And he was like, well, they're telling me I'm going to be lottery. I said, well, if they're telling you you're going to be lottery, dog, then you should go. I changed that because I didn't know who he was. And a couple years later, he's in the league. He never forgot that conversation.
Of course not.
Magic Johnson. Hold on. Magic Johnson has an all-star game in the summer. Everybody knew those Magic Johnson games were crazy.
Midsummer nights.
Midsummer nights. So I'm in that game, and Kobe calls me out. I said, oh, shit, this dude, remember? He remembered that day in Philly, and I just didn't take it like he did, obviously. But all he needs is a little something to just get that momentum going on. I'm getting you back. You didn't believe in me. You didn't know me. And we went at each other in the Magic game. Obviously, he was a young pup. I got the best of him in that game. But he did come to me and go, you know, I want to learn. I want to be the greatest. And I knew then, though, that he was just going to be unstoppable and unbelievable moving forward. But, yeah, that's my Kobe stories right there.
I love it. And that's how he looks. He looks for little shit like that, little chips, something to add to his, like, okay.
Anything.
Yes.
Okay. Penny Hardaway. I'm going to see you in a couple years. I'm going to catch up with you.
He definitely wrote my name down when he left the Sixers game. Like, I got to get this dude.
That's funny.
Jordan returned back to the game in '95. Did y'all want to play the Bulls in the playoffs when he returned?
Man, you know, the biggest thing was when M first came back, and I was like, he's back. Like, I wanted to play against MJ, and then he retired before I came into the league. Then when I came into the league, he comes back. So my first mindset is, damn, MJ's back. And then I snapped out of that shit. I snapped out of that shit real quick, like, all right, you got to go in his ass. You got to get his respect. Because this was my favorite player along with Matt. Magic was number one, but MJ, who didn't like MJ? So when he came back and we played them for the first time, I got the best of him and Pip that game. I think I had 36. And I was I didn't even sleep that night because I was so hyped and ready to play that game. And we won, but I think I only pissed him off. I pissed him off. I know that for sure. But it was early in the season, and we were one of the first teams early in the season to beat that 72-10 team. We were one of the 10, and that's the game I had 36. Shaq didn't play that game because he was hurt, and I remember that game very well. But as far as the Bulls, man, it was really, you had to get your sleep the night before, honestly, like moving forward, if you're going to play those guys, because they were just relentless. They pulled out every one of your weaknesses. If you weren't a baller, you weren't a jump shooter, they were going to make you shoot jump shots. If you tried to get to the basket, they were plugging the paint. They just were not going to give you your strength and what you really love to do. And they were relentless at all times on what they needed to do. And then offensively, they ran that triangle to perfection. So to me, as a competitor, I enjoyed every game against them because you knew you were playing against greatness.
Now, beautiful dish, and Grant with the jam.
The elevation now, Michael's had 2 shots blocked tonight.
He chalked some of that up to the defense of Orlando. Hardaway with the jam in the face of Gatling. Hardaway liked that one. He's got 12.
Nick Anderson, another 3. Hardaway for Grant. This is just someone outthinking everyone else, knowing where everybody is.
Too much. Last 2 possessions to make it hurt. Great feed from Hardaway to Strong. Hey. Touch pass Nick. One more pass.